your life doesn't end up in an accident. Your life is a series of actions that you initiate or don't initiate. And that your thoughts are going to control that roadmap. And so how are you using your mind today to either make yourself feel great or not? Listen, your destiny is ultimately controlled by a decision you already made this morning. Everyone watching this already made a decision this morning. This morning, they made it a life-changing, huge decision this morning. And that is either I'm going to get up, enter the world with no intention, go through the motions to hopefully get by or survive, or I am going to get clear in this morning about what I want, what I'm going after, who I'm going to be, and whether or not I'm going to be excellent and extraordinary or not. And the problem is most people never make that conscious decision. So I was learning early on, make the conscious decision about who you want to be each day. Stay congruent with that. And that was, you know, for me, a kid who's just going through the motions, all of a sudden going, oh, who do I want to be? And then I started setting personal challenges every month. At the beginning of each month, I did this whole thing where I holistically evaluate my life, first of every month. And it's like these 10 different categories of my life, you know, from emotional to relational to financial to, you know, career, mission, objectives, all these things. And then I set a personal challenge and a professional challenge. And I do that every month. Every Sunday, I revisit my progress. Every Sunday for 23 years. So it's not like I'm just, you know, one day ended up in a happy life. It was like that level of self-evaluation that most people avoid until their birthday or New Year's. I do it every Sunday and every first of the month, and I don't ever miss. And I think that has helped me kind of know what my thing is, because I don't think I'm super special. It's like what I help people do, seek clarity. The only reason I get to work with all these people you mentioned is because they're at a new level in their life where they're going, what is it now for me? And I help them kind of figure that out. Like, what is it now for you about how you want to define yourself? What is it that you want to develop as skill sets? And what is the specific service you want to provide? For the Sunday thing, it's really self-evaluative and very planning oriented. So it's like, where am I? What do I need to do this week, this month, and just checking with my calendars. Most people don't have a calendar. So that's problem number one. They're not strategically blocking time, moving towards the major things they want in their life. They won't say they're going through the motions, but the calendar reveals it. Like if I parachute in their life and I open up their calendar and there's nothing there, they can't possibly say they're living with purpose or intention. And that sounds so flippant to say, but I can't believe how many people, they're not planning their skill set development. They're not planning specific goal attainment on certain dates. They're just like, their calendar is completely empty and they're hoping it's going to happen. And it's like, if you look at mine, it's like military-esque, like planning. Like I'm going to hit these goals. It's going to happen. I also every morning lay in bed and I visualize what I want. And I see, like when I wake up, I literally just lay there for an extra 2, 3, 4 minutes and I just kind of visualize and I'm thinking about the things that I want. So that happens every morning. The second visualization I do in the morning comes later. So I get up in the morning, I drink 20 ounces of water. I do 20 minutes of mobility, movement, and stretching every morning. Then I read for 20 minutes, something positive. For me, it's almost always a self-help book or a leadership book, almost always. Sometimes a business book, almost always self-help and leadership. Read that book. Then I go and I sit down with my high-performance planner, my green tea. I fill out the day, right? I look at the blocks of time that are already scheduled. And then what I do is my second visualization, which is I look at the major blocks of time that have been scheduled and I close my eyes and I think, how do I do that thing with excellence? What would make that thing special? So I literally close my eyes and I visualize those blocks of time. And how would I do them well? That's a superpower. Most people write their day out and they just go about the day and then sometimes they come back to the plan and they go, oh my God, I didn't even do it. Because I sit there and I think about, how do I do that well? That's the game changer. The world completely underestimates the power of visualization, completely misutilizes the human power of contemplation. The number one thing I say to my high performance clients is going through the motions is the death of high performance. High performers don't go through the motions.
See, I think
they've contemplated, they're intentional, they're thoughtful, they practice, they want it to go well. And the reason most people don't do that is because the pressure. It puts a lot of pressure on yourself, but that's what makes you feel great. The human brain has an incredible capacity for guilt. And most people unconsciously let that roll over them and kick their butt and make a horrible life. I love guilt. Guilt is a tool. Guilt is a weapon. Guilt does not have to be a bad thing. It's not like I perpetuate, but I'm like, I love that I feel bad when I don't do a good job. Most people hate that about themselves. I love that feeling. I'm like, I didn't do a good job there. Next time I will. So some people, guilt is discouragement. Other people, it's a signal for learning. To me, guilt is a signal for learning. It is the body and the brain, the spirit, knowing what is right, knowing what is wrong, knowing what's great, knowing what's mediocre. And it's saying, hey, do a little better. Now, if it's translated into a negative impulse, then some people call it guilt. But I'm totally cool with guilt. You know what? I think it's good that we feel bad when we do something that is below our standard or that's not right, because that impulse to go, I want to do that better. And that impulse, that desire to learn and drive and do better is something that doesn't always feel good because it says, also, I kind of screwed up over there. But when you can dispassionately recognize your performance and go, I actually want to become great at this, all of your psychological and spiritual energies kind of align a little bit to say, let's grow then. Most people are half-hearted, half interested, half engaged in their actual dream and actual ambition because they either fear it or they feel insecure or incapable. Instead, people apologize for their ambition, hide their ambition. You have to learn to own your ambition, speak of the ambition, chase the ambition, drive the ambition, and lead the ambition. The further you are from your ambitions, the more miserable you are. And most people don't even look at their goals every day. So no wonder we have a world that says, I'm disconnected. It's like, no, wake up. Like, I ask people all the time, did you look at your goals today? That's literally personal development 101 is have goals, look at them. Most people do not do that. I want you to deeply visualize, feel, sense, and talk about your ambitions way more. People who are scared to communicate about their ambitions are cheating themselves in the world from supporting them. That's number one. Number two, you have to have daily intention and habit tracking. You can't leave your personal development to randomness. And what most people do, they leave their personal growth to randomness. And so they're always in the land of mediocrity. You have to have that morning routine and that evening routine of evaluating where you are and where you want to go and asking the hard questions of what is it about me that's not moving forward? What is it about me that I need to accept, love, care for, take care of, do a better job with? How do I treat other people so I can get ahead faster? What do I need to focus on? If you don't do that on a daily basis, you're going through the motions. And even if you're successful, imagine how much more successful you would be if you were way more intentional and you actually tracked your habits. I know how easy it is to go through a day, you hustle all day, and you crash at the end of the day. I know the 100-hour work weeks. I know how that feels. I know what that's about. But if you're doing all of that and you're not aware, that leads to a nightmare. That leads to you take the wrong path and you're hustling down the wrong path. You lean the ladder against the wrong building. You do the wrong thing. The awareness on the daily is something people need to build into a routine and physicalize, like write, not a note on your phone, journal, workbook, planner, something that you actually connect pen to paper, you think through. And if we can get you ambition, clarified ambition, speak the ambition, own the ambition, and you're actually intentional in tracking each day, you win this game.
And we live. What's going on, family? Welcome. All right, Coffee and Crypto, episode number 21. We're back and definitely in full momentum. My name is Vincent Owens. All right, your host each and every single week. This call, we established this call in the beginning about 21 episodes ago to teach you all how to research in this cryptocurrency space. It's absolutely evolved into something bigger than what we even envisioned it being. And I just want to take the time to say thank you all for sticking with us for over 20 episodes now. And we're gonna make the promise of staying consistent. No matter what, we're going to show up on this link. We're going to continue to stay bullish because we've been a lot of reviews back from people, and people have been telling us that we're doing an absolutely incredible job. Shout out for Trav to being on this call today. How you doing today, Trav? What's going on, bro?
I just want to say cheers, bro. Cheers. Got my coffee.
I got my smoothie.
Got my croissant. You know what I'm saying?
I got a smoothie this morning. You know.
Oh, okay, you got a smoothie.
I was feeling smooth. This the message is gonna be real smooth today.
The message is going to be smooth today. I'm not going to lie, folks. We might have to stay on a little bit longer. It's been so much that's happened in this last week.
All right. I'm glad. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad you let me know that it's okay for us to stay on a little longer. Cause I was just telling, I was like, yo, you know what? I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, hey, there's a lot going on in this market, right? I was like, I mean, I can say it for Thursday, but it's a lot of information. So shout out to everybody, man. We are live on YouTube right now. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in on YouTube live. You guys, if you can't get in on Zoom, you can always access us live on YouTube as well. If you're not following us on YouTube, make sure you guys follow the OMC network, Oh My Crypto Network. We make you say OMC, not OMG. All right, but we still believe in the big G. All right, we definitely believe in the big G. So with that being said, man, today's episode is not going to be any different than the other ones. We're going to be extremely bullish. But what I want to ask you all right now to do me a favor is to send this link out. If you are new, if this is your first time, if this is your 20th time, 21st time on the episode, please do us a favor. All we ask is for you to subscribe to the YouTube. Also, just to send this link out to a friend, a family member, and say, hey, these guys know what they're talking about. And after today, you guys are going to, I'm telling you, I know I say it every time, but after today, if you don't believe in this cryptocurrency space, man, I'm telling you, you're going to be a believer after the day. We got proof, all right? And the proof is in the pudding, all right? And the pudding is in the proof, all right? And the pudding is in the proof.
Pudding is in the proof, and the proof is in the pudding.
Definitely.
I got a picture for that. I ain't going to share it, but I got a picture for that.
You got a picture for that? That's random.
It was a picture, bro. This dude, I don't know who posted it. It just came up on the internet somewhere, but it was literally a cup of pudding and then a piece of paper that said proof on it.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, yo, shout out to everybody. Can you guys drop what city and state you all are calling in from, maybe what country? Let us know where you're calling in from. And if you're tuning in live on YouTube, what's happening? All right, make sure you also drop what city and state, man. Stay engaged inside of that chat, because that chat is what will set you free. Shout out to Atlanta on the call, Mississippi on the call. We got Chicago on the call, baby. Let's go. All right. I know I'm in Atlanta. We got Chicago on the call. We got ATL. So ATL in Chicago is heavy right now. All right. ATL in Chicago is
what's up, Mississippi?
Detroit. All right. We got Detroit in the building. So look, let's jump straight into I'm feeling bullish, man. I'm feeling froggy, so I'm about to leap. All right. So let's jump straight into the market. Right now, the cryptocurrency market, we're at around $883 billion market cap. So we're still under a $1 trillion market cap. That makes me extremely bullish and extremely confident in this market, because we know that it's going to go back to 2.8 trillion. We know that it'll happen, right? It's just going to take some time, right? And me understanding the .com bubble and really breaking that down on our last episode that we had, episode 20, we really broke down the .com boom and the .com bubble and how that really made me secure. If that conversation made y'all secure, go ahead and drop those coffees in the chat box. And remember, if you're on YouTube or if you're on Zoom, drop those coffee emojis, because the coffee emojis is what's most important. It lets us know that you're engaged. It lets us know that you're digging what we're saying. So if you're rocking with us, if you're loving what's happening right now, just go ahead and drop those coffee emojis. I appreciate everybody that's engaged with us.
Can we get a coffee? Can we get a coffee?
Can we get a coffee? Let's go. All right. So Bitcoin. All right. Bitcoin is down 3% over the last 24 hours. So we're back under $19,000. It's crazy how 3% drops Bitcoin down so much, like 21,000 to 19,000. That's like $2,000. You know what I mean? XRP might drop 2 cents. You know what I mean? So guys, you got to imagine once we get the liquidity in the XRP market, after all of the banks and central banks are connected, oh my goodness, the amount of money that's going to be flowing through these markets. Listen, Bitcoin only has a $379 billion market cap, and it's at $19,000. Come on, XRP, right? Come on, XRP. We're only at 15 billion. You know what I'm saying? So we got a long way to go. All right, and you all are extremely early. All right, now Ethereum, almost, back above 1,000. All right, it's down 6% over the last 24 hours. All right, USDT still has not gotten completely back to $1. USDC holding on by $1. They're putting a lot of FUD out right now on USDC. There's a lot of FUD right now trying to push people and investors out of this stable coin of the future. But please, guys, stay bullish and stay consistent with your studies. All right, XRP down 4%, down to 31 cents. If you trade XRP, I mean, I caught the buy and I caught the sell, right? So we make money on XRP, not just from long-term investment, but we also make money in XRP from trading it as well, right? And so, if you're interested in learning how to trade XRP, we have an amazing community with the crypto nerds. Anointed Ali taught me how to do it. And I know for a fact he can teach anybody else how to trade XRP. That's the only one that we focus on. We will be doing an XRP trading group here with the Vincent Owens Group. And it's not necessarily for me to teach you all in the same aspect of Anointed or my mentors, but it's more of us to learn together. So learning how to mark up the charts, just getting better at it, as a group. I've been trading for 4 years now. So I'm pretty nice at marking up charts. You know what I mean? If I might say so myself. All right. I'm pretty good at doing it. My challenge is staying consistent. So I feel like if I add a call on a Saturday, if you're part of the VO group and you would love a call on Saturday, where we just meet up early in the morning on Saturday, you got to get up West Coast, eat. I don't care where you at. You got to wake up early. All right. Start your Saturday off good. All right. And trade together. If that's something you would like, drop that coffee in the chat box. All right. And if you're not a part of the Vincent Owens Group, but you want to really learn how to day trade, you want to learn how to get into these cryptos, make sure that you inquire after this call. We'll drop a couple links at the end of the call. All right. So this is the state of the market right now. So before I get into my bullish content completely, I want to show you guys a couple of articles that are going to be off topic on really what the main purpose of this call, which is to connect you guys to ISO 222, to connect you to compliance around the world, and to make sure that you guys understand why we're investing in an XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Algorand, Quant. I want you guys to understand exactly why we're investing into these coins.
I didn't quite catch that.
Now, what we're going to do, all right, is I want to show you guys something. Now, I told you going into this week, each week we're going to focus on the .com crash. I'm going to have something on it and I'll be able to share with you all. And so this morning, I woke up and I saw this on Twitter, all right, and it said the .com crash has lessons for crypto. If only we can remember them, right? Crypto's meltdown has stirred memories of the 2000 tech crash, all right? So the .com crash saw the collapse of high-flying startups that first commercialized the web. It also set the stage for Jesse Powell's debut as a tech entrepreneur. All the companies that blew up were liquidating their laptops and office equipment. The Kraken co-founder told Protocol, recalling how he built a business by going to startup bankruptcy sales during the crash. I was buying stuff and selling it on eBay. Okay, now you fast forward 2 decades. Instead of bankruptcy, fire sales, Powell now runs a tech powerhouse of his own, one of the world's largest crypto exchange, estimated to be worth $11 billion, that he raised more than $125 million in funding. If that he's talking about Kraken. All right. The role has become freshly challenging as Powell finds himself having to navigate a market meltdown with eerie similarities to the turn of the millennium tech stock crash. Now, here, pay attention, family. Layoffs, bankruptcies, and the rapid evaporation of wealth. The parallels are everywhere. All right. The parallels are everywhere. The dot-com crash wiped out about $5 trillion in investments, far more than the $2 trillion loss in the total market cap value of cryptocurrencies over the past 7 months. It marked the end of the go 90s. All right. Now, I need y'all to realize something. All right. Right now, the crypto clash is a less isolated phenomenon, right? And it's a lot of things that are going against the favor of crypto right now, right? I mean, COVID-19, monkeypox, they're about to start rolling this out, right? I mean, New York, I saw a video on Twitter this morning. I wish I had saved it to my bookmarks, but they posted something. There was a commercial from the city of New York, and they put out a video about attacks, about nuclear attacks. Nuclear attacks. How to protect yourself during.
I have that recorded.
You have it recorded. Perfect. So
want me to play it?
Play it. Play it. Thank you, Travis.
Check this out, family.
And he has the video. My guy.
1 second. I'm not sure if I airdropped it to my computer yet.
If not, I'll keep going bullish, and then you can share it during your segment if you don't have it.
Okay. Yeah, let me airdrop it to my computer.
All love. I'm gonna go back to sharing. So y'all stay around. We're gonna have that video showing very soon. That's gonna be incredible for you all to. Well, not even incredible. It's kind of scary, but I mean, it is what it is, right? We got to keep you guys updated. So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who ran telephone startup Dialpad in 2000 and 2001, said the crypto crash, like what happened 2 decades ago, is about how excitement got ahead of reality on some of these things. So you got to realize that there's a lot of excitement in the crypto space with all these NFTs, these DAOs, these different tokens, these coins, just everything, right? There's a lot of excitement going on in the cryptocurrency market, but what's the reality? And the problem with .com boom that I'm gonna show you all right now is sometimes the technology is just ahead of its time. Sometimes the technology is just ahead of the time. Cryptocurrency is ahead of its time. It's been ahead of its time, right? But now it's time. It's time right now, right? So check this out. Where was this at that I saw this? Here it is. Some startups were way too early. Catherine Dowling, Chief Compliance Officer and General Counsel at Bitwise, worked as an investment banker on the Webvan IPO, the online grocery store. The online grocery store went public in November 1999 and filed bankruptcy in July 2001, RIP. It was definitely a case where they were ahead of their time and you just didn't have enough people online. See, the problem is crypto don't have enough people that's online. People can't get online to crypto until XRP and XLM are the bridge currencies. Then everybody's money will be online. Do you dig where I'm saying? Y'all feel where I'm coming from right now, right? You know, so once everybody is online, then the need for this goes up. Right. And so in the early years of the web, building an online business entailed huge costs. All right. So one last thing I want to show you all before I hop off of here, off of this one was right here. Webvan and pets.com, both online stores, were spectacular .com failures, but Instacart and Chewy subsequently embraced their ideas and thrived. Garlinghouse noted that while drcoop.com was a flop, another medical information site, WebMD, became successful. Okay. Now, in other news, Blockwork says that crypto is increasingly used to pay salaries in developing economies. All right. Right now, if I go to my Twitter and I go to my bookmark, I want to show you all something. All right. This is what's happening around the world right now. And this is just one example.
I have a bunch of examples. I'm going to show it my segment, though.
But return my deposit, Henan Bank. Return my deposit, Henan Bank. So while we sitting over here in America twiddling our toes, we got people around the world right now, whether you know it or not, whose bank accounts are on froze. Y'all like how I mix that in, right? While y'all over here in America twiddling your toes, we got people in other countries who bank account on froze. I'm like the hood Dr. Seuss or something, man. You know what I mean? Hey, Travis, I'm like a hood Dr. Seuss, bro. That's hard. That's hard, right? But for real though, all jokes aside, the time is coming for America. So we have to be prepared. We have to be invested into other assets outside this US dollar, because listen, to see what's happening in other countries, economies, Sri Lanka, right? I'm sure Trav got some data on Sri Lanka.
I
right?
definitely do.
I want to pass it over to you, Trav. I'm going to go bullish after you, but I want to definitely, I showed a couple of things. I would love for you to show some stuff, and then I'll pop back in and show some things, but cool. Man, I'm excited, bro. Let's go.
Awesome. Give me 1 second.
While y'all in America twiddling your toes, people bank accounts on froze. Let's go.
All right, family. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get right into it. There's been a plethora, a cornucopia, an abundance of craziness that's been going on in these markets and in the world as of lately. And I have that video for you all, if it will load. Give me 1 second. Having a little bit of an issue with the Wi-Fi in here. First time doing my show from this location. Give me 1 second. All right. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, see it.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to dive into is Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, he actually resigned as the Prime Minister. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to the wording in this article from the Wall Street Journal. It says the resignation of British Prime Minister could help clear much of the political uncertainty that has held down the pound and possibly lead to slightly higher interest rates. Now, that's going to affect the world worldwide. The UK raising interest rates, that's going to affect their housing market. That's going to affect a lot of different things. But another thing that I want to show you guys before I briefly go into the political aspects is that there is an energy crisis on the horizon, and it is actually more than on the horizon. It's current, it's happening. In Texas, Bitcoin miners have shut off their rigs. And what you guys got to understand about Texas is this is when China banned Bitcoin miners, a lot of the major industrial and institutional Bitcoin miners transitioned to Texas. And they are now turning off their rigs because the power grid is nearing the brink. And this is a common thread throughout America. It's not just in Texas. Right here, we have an article from Reuters. U.S. Midwest in danger of rotating power blackouts this summer. This is from June 3rd. California pushed to the brink of blackouts by Oregon wildfires. They changed the narrative in this one. Grid monitors US blackouts and sobering report. These are issues all across the world. Now, not only are we having electrical grid issues, we are also having gas issues. We're having gas issues. The Nord Stream pipeline, which is the largest pipeline that delivers gas from Russia to Germany, has been completely shut down for maintenance. Now, this is an annual thing, but the energy officials worry the link between Germany could remain closed in retaliation for support of Ukraine. Now, the Nord Stream pipeline that channels Russian natural gas to Europe shut down for a scheduled maintenance on Monday, stoking fears across the continent that the Kremlin could end supplies in retaliation for sanctions against its invasion of Ukraine. The pipeline connecting Russian Siberian gas fields with Germany under the Baltic Sea will remain closed for annual maintenance until July 21st. Now, I want you guys to see some of the articles when you type in Germany economic collapse. Now, I didn't even type this in. I actually just typed in Germany and these words came up in the search bar for me. So we have an article from July 3rd. Germany's union, this is from Bloomberg, a key economic benefactor of the United States, very powerful. Germany's union head warns of collapse of entire industries. Economic crisis in Germany. The business crisis ran parallel to the financial and credit crisis. This is 5 days ago. German industry holds up, but not enough to stop a recession. How Angela Merkel, she's one of the heads of Germany. I'm not exactly sure her exact position, I forgot. But green agenda caused the economic, today, the German economy is in tatters. So folks, there is an economic oil crisis. There is an economic energy crisis all across America, all across Europe. And America and our Western allies are very weak at this time. This is the first time in history that the euro is paired. It has reached parity, which means it is exactly equal with the dollar in the last 25 years. So it's dropped a lot. Now, I want to take you guys into this article real quick from the United Nations. This is the Paris Agreement. Now, we've been harping on this narrative on this show for a couple months now, talking about climate change. Now, this is what is going to be a very important narrative moving forward. To achieve this long-term temperature goal, countries aim to reach global peaking of greenhouse gas emissions as soon as possible to achieve a climate-neutral world by mid-century. The Paris Agreement is a landmark in multicultural climate change progress because for the first time, a binding agreement brings all nations into a common cause to undertake ambitious efforts to combat climate change and adapt to its effects. So, one of the big things that I want to tell you guys about in this article is, give me 1 second. Although climate change actions need to be massively increased to achieve the goals of the Paris Agreement, the years since its entry into force have already sparked low carbon solutions and new markets. Carbon neutrality targets, zero carbon solutions. By 2030, zero carbon solutions could be competitive in sectors representing 70% of global emissions. So that is a very important factor. And I'm going to get to that at the end of my article, at the end of my session. But I'm going to breeze through this stuff real quick. We have so much that's been going on. And I think I can show you guys this video now. Give me 1 second. Well, it's not loading, but anyway.
I have it. I have it up.
Got it? Okay. Let me bring it to you, bro.
All right, let me share my screen. Perfect. You know, and this is why teamwork makes the dream work, right, people?
Makes the dream work, baby.
So let's go.
As possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body. Step 3, stay tuned. Follow media for more information. Don't forget to sign up for Notify NYC for official alerts and updates. And don't go outside until officials are safe. All right, you've got this.
That is crazy.
As possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Crazy.
But I'm going to take you guys back in to some events that have been happening worldwide across the global political sphere. So on July 3rd, the Argentine economy minister resigns amid peso and diesel woes. This is also playing into our energy crisis. South America, Latin America. Argentina's economy minister resigned unexpectedly Saturday, dealing a fresh blow to the government of President Alberto Fernandez as the country struggles with economic problems. Martin Guzman stepped down after a week in which Argentina's currency hit an all-time low against the dollar amid sizzling inflation, and truck drivers staged protests over shortages of diesel fuel. Now, I want to show you guys this. You showed this in China, currently what's going on. But these are things that are happening all over the world. Sri Lanka is revolting. They have taken over the palace. They have taken over the presidential sector of their country. They have completely taken over their government. There are protests occurring in Ghana due to prices of fuel, food, and high costs of living as inflation surges to 27%. This is in another Balkan state in Albania. They're protesting for the same reasons, high costs of living. This is in Argentina. Same reasons people are protesting against this. Now, this is just a small sample size of current things that are happening in the political sphere. The Sri Lankan Prime Minister has officially confirmed that his office, the president, is resigning after the protests have occurred in Sri Lanka. Another prime minister, former prime minister of Japan, was murdered in July 8th, not too long ago, at a political rally. The prime minister of Estonia has resigned as well. There's another article. The prime minister of Bulgaria has resigned. Bulgarian prime minister resigns after losing a formally resigned after his coalition of government lost a vote of confidence. They have lost confidence in the government that is current in parliament. They voted against them. Now, so folks, you can see all across the world, not only are people revolting for economic issues, they are also having prime ministers all across the world, presidents, resign from their offices as confidence has been lost. Now, I want to show you guys what is going to be the flip side of this. So Japan has passed stablecoin bill aimed at protecting crypto investors. Japan's parliament has passed a new law that would create a regulatory framework for stablecoins, essentially defining them as digital money. This is on June 3rd, a little bit over a month ago. Now, this is an article right off the government of the United Kingdom website. Government sets out a plan to make the UK a global crypto asset technology hub. The government has today announced moves that will see stablecoins recognized as a valid form of payment as part of wider plans to make Britain a global hub for crypto asset technology and investment. Stablecoins to be brought within regulation, paving the way for the use in UK as a recognized form of payment. So folks, we are not in the crypto wild, wild west anymore. This is an article from CNBC. The Federal Reserve Brainard So Brainard is the vice chair, very high office, almost second in command to Jerome Powell. Second in command to Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, says crypto needs regulation now. Now. Peep the verbiage, now, before it becomes so big that it threatens the financial system. The lack of regulation guidelines has been a confusing and troublesome issue for the cryptocurrency industry. Do you see how they're putting fear with their verbiage? They're putting doubt, confusing. They're trying to scare people away while they regulate. Now we have G20, the G20 economic nations, the G20 Economic Committee, Watchdog, to propose first global crypto rules in October. So the Financial Stability Board said on Monday it would propose robust global rules for cryptocurrencies in October following recent turmoil in markets all across the world. Now you got to understand, folks, they have created this recent turmoil. They understand quantitative easing. They understand quantitative tightening. These people have been in economics for their whole careers. They understand how long they're able to tighten. They understand when it's time to ease. They purposely printed. I saw a graphic. It took 200 years for United States of America, 215 years to reach $7 trillion in debt. We have put $7 trillion in debt in the last 2 years into our economy. That is how much debt we've pumped into our economy. Not only is the G20 nations calling for regulatory framework, the US Treasury calls on Biden to work with the G7 nations, key allies, on regulating crypto. This is July 7th. A new initiative from the Treasury calls on President Biden to work with international partners on regulating cryptocurrency. In a memorandum to the President, the U.S. Treasury, in consultation with the Secretary of State and Secretary of Commerce, is aiming to develop global standards for digital payments and central bank digital currencies. Now, folks, this is what I want to bring to you. This is the U.S. Department of Treasury website. You can see it right here, folks. This is the website from the U.S. Treasury. Oop. What happened? Okay, here we go. We're back. So today, July 7th, today, the Secretary of Treasury, in consultation with the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Commerce, the administrator of the U.S. Agency for International Development, and the heads of other relevant agencies, delivered to President Biden a framework for interagency engagement with foreign counterparts and in international fora, as directed in the President's executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets on March 9th. So I am going to finish up with a little bit of tie-in to this executive order that occurred on March 9th. So you got to understand, family, this is a continuous conversation. They have been regulating crypto since about 2018 was the first hearing before the CFTC, the Commodities, Futures and Trading Commissions. They regulate gold. They regulate silver. They regulate agricultural products. Anything that comes out of the ground, the Commodities and Futures Trading Commission, they regulate it. They've been talking about it since 2018 about creating a regulatory framework for digital assets. So the executive order outlined an interagency approach to address the risks and harness the potential benefits of digital assets and their underlying technology, including through international engagement to adapt, update, and enhance adoption of global principles and standards for how digital assets are used and transacted. The executive order also directs the administration to promote development of digital asset and central bank digital currency. We've seen this recently, multiple times. So I want to show you guys the framework, the objectives. The framework is guided by the principal policy objectives of the United States as laid out in the executive order. So they have another reference to the executive order on March 9th in this article from the Treasury. to protect consumers, investors, and businesses in the United States globally by promoting technology and regulatory standards that reflect U.S. values, to protect U.S. and global financial stability and mitigate systemic risk, mitigate illicit finance and national security risks posed by misuse of digital assets, and counter and respond to efforts by foreign adversaries to drive standards and promote their protocols. So there is a history of robust engagement, provides a strong foundation for expanded strategic engagement going forward. So going forward, they had a meeting at the G7 in 2020. The presidency was held by the United States of the G7 at that time. And we are currently working towards global adoption, working with the G7 nations, the G20 nations, and we're going to continue to push forward towards that. But folks, what I want to finish up with before I pass this over to my brother, none other than the one and only Vincent Owens. So I want to show you guys this tweet. It says, this is from March 8th. Isn't it interesting that Biden's EO executive order on cryptocurrency this week purportedly mandates study on Bitcoin mining's impact on environment, not regulation on stablecoins or SEC fast track regulation on crypto? Why Bitcoin mining and energy? So, family, that was in March 8th. Now today, Bitcoin miners shut off rigs as Texas power grid nears brink. You have to pay attention to the narratives because they continue to put out the information. They tell you what's going to happen. They literally tell you what's going to happen. And we know, folks, we know that as a result of that executive order concerned with economic and energy impacts on the environment, we know that Bitcoin is not the one. We know that the ISO 20022 protocol coins are going to be low cost transactions. They're going to be low energy, which is the most important, and they're going to be carbon neutral. And that is, folks, what we are focused on. And Vince, I know you're going to go into ISO 20022, so I'm going to pass it over to you on that note, my brother.
Yo, let me tell you something. Yo, that was heavy, man. Can we drop some coffee in the chat box? Like, for real, no kidding, no kizzy. Trav Pizzy went crazy in the busy. You know what I mean? Hey, told y'all, man, I'm the hood Dr. Seuss now. All right. So with that being said, check this out. I got something. Hey, look, I had to come with crazy energy because going after Travis, it's like, yo, Travis laid the foundation for everything. Like he lets you know, like, he don't hold back. He give you all the info because there's so much. And Travis, I want to tell you something, bro. I don't think there's ever been a moment in life where we've been on sync. And I'm about to break this thing down. You talked about G20, you talked about G7. Now I went into a super rabbit hole last night and I went deep.
Super rabbit.
I went deep. So I'm excited because you laid a great foundation for us to be able to dive a little deeper, for the experts on this call to be able to dive a little deeper. Before we do, though, I need you guys to hear my brother, P. Diddy.
You think I could book that for like the weekend of the 14th when the soundtrack comes out? If so, bump somebody. All right, thank you. I love you, man. All right. I got my MTV out. What? I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get!
Let's go!
Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Yes! What's next?
What's next?
Gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do that, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
Let's go. Hey, we're about to go off. We're about to go off the meter right now, guys. Listen, Travis talked about G20 Watchdog announces robust global crypto regulation coming in October. Guys, I really deep dived into this. And the first thing that you have to do as an expert, all right, is you have to dive into what the Financial Stability Board is. You got to take this thing piece by piece. As a master researcher, you got to take this thing piece by piece. And I'm going to show you guys how we took it piece by piece. All right, so I went to the Financial Stability Board website. First thing I needed to know was, what is the Financial Stability Board, right? So they are an international body that monitors and makes recommendations about the global financial system, right? More specifically, the FSB was established to assess vulnerabilities affecting the global financial system, right? Promote coordination and information exchange among authorities, monitor and advise on market developments and their implications for regulatory policy, monitor and advise on the best practice in meeting regulatory standards, right? Collaborate with the IMF to conduct early warning exercises.
Early warning.
Let's keep going, right? Let's, because it gets really spicy, right? So let's get off of this page. And this was something that was put out yesterday. Now, this hot off the press right here. FSB issues statement on the international regulation and supervision of crypto assets activities, right? So against the backdrop of the recent turmoil in crypto asset markets, the Financial Stability Board made the following statement today on the international regulatory and supervision of crypto asset activities. You can click that link. FSB statement on the international regulation and supervision of crypto asset activities, right? Crypto assets, including so-called stable coins, are fast evolving. So they have something on that, right? Crypto assets and markets must be subject to effective regulation and oversight commensurate to the risk they pose, right? Both domestic and international, right? Let's keep going. Crypto asset service providers must at all times ensure compliance, right? All times, right? Now, this was everything that they put together, the whole regulation, right? Now, check this out. The FSB is working to ensure that crypto assets are subject to robust regulation and supervision. The FSB will report to the G20 finance ministers and central bank governors in October on regulatory and supervisory approaches to stable coins and other crypto assets. Are y'all freaking kidding me? Like, it's right here, man.
The veil is very thin.
It's right here. Like, we got to stop playing. Like, it's time, right? The FSB is chaired by Klaas Knot, president of, can't pronounce this, bank. I can't pronounce this, DeBrank, right? DeBrank, all right? That FSB, all right, this is it right here. All right, this is what's going on.
Switzerland.
Right in Basel, Switzerland, right? Now, check this out. Check this out.
Bank for International Settlements. That's where all the central banks hold their money at. If you ain't noticed that, the Bank for International, right at the bottom of that article, the Bank for International Settlements is where all the central banks hold their money.
All of them. And so something that I found in here, which was pretty interesting, was let me find it, right? Because again, this is a researching call. So I got to show you all this. All right. So check this out. FSB members also support BCB's ongoing work on the prudential treatment of banks' crypto asset exposures and IOSCO ongoing work on decentralized finance, DeFi, and crypto assets through its FinTech Task Force, the FinTech Task Force. All right, now check this out. So I went to the FATF's website. All right, and so first off, who we are. The Financial Action Task Force, which they were noted in this document, right, is the global money laundering and terrorist financing watchdog. The intergovernmental body sets international standards that aim to prevent these illegal activities and the harm they cause to society. As a policy making body, the FATF works to generate the necessary policy, necessary political will to bring about national legislative and regulatory reforms in these areas. Now, something I want to show you all that I thought was pretty darn interesting. All right, let me go back here. I'm going to play a video that I had found. So this right here is a new program that they rolled out called the Digital Transformation of Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing, right? So digital transformation. So they start talking about digital IDs in a lot of this stuff, right? But what I want to do real quick is I want to play, let me see if I can get this video to play for you all, okay? I want to play this video if it will allow me. Here it is. All right. So leveraging the use of digital ID.
Before you go into that, I just want to add something real quick, bro.
1 second, bro. Okay, what you said?
Before you go into that, I just want to add something about digital IDs. In these riots that are occurring all over the world, they are using digital ID vaccine passports in China and in the UK to limit people's restrictions. They are sending notifications to people's phones saying, this is a hot COVID and digital, this is a hot area, don't go there. So this is how they're using COVID and these digital IDs.
Yeah, so we're gonna and we're gonna dive into that as well. So guys, listen up real quick. So now check this out. All right, now this is important to understand because it talked about governments. This ain't about the necessary, this is about the governments, right? And so I went and looked, and so the FATF members and observers, right? There's 39 members of the FATF. All right, if you guys didn't know, now you know. All right, Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, China, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Israel, Japan, Republic of Korea, New Zealand, Portugal, Mexico, US, UK, Spain, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, South Africa. All of the big countries that you see are passing CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are a part of this. Then if we scroll down a little more, these are their observer organizations. Now, the following international organizations have observer status with the FATF. All right, guys, you see the African Development Bank. You see the European Bank of Reconstruction and Development. You see the European Central Bank, the ECB, right? You see the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, right? You see, I mean, literally, we can name them all. You see all of these huge. You got the World Bank, right? The World Bank, which is huge, right? So, guys, this is the task force that is taking care of security right now. Let's keep pushing forward, right? Let's keep pushing forward. Now, one of the biggest, a lot of those countries on this list, a lot of the countries on this list, are in Europe as well, right? There's a lot of European countries, right? A lot of European countries are on that list, and so waiting for this to load up. But as we wait for this to load up, all right, European Union unveils the MiCA, all right, MiCA regulatory framework, all right, for digital currencies. But hold on 1 second, guys. Let me get this to load up really fast, and then we'll be good. All right, so here we go. So European Union unveils the MiCA regulatory framework for digital assets. Now, the European Union has zeroed in on new crypto, and this was published on July 4th. All right, and this is on the NASDAQ. All right, so I went to a credible source for this. It is titled MiCA, Markets in Crypto Assets. All right, and it's sweeping regulatory framework covering digital assets and service providers. On June 23rd, 2022, representatives of institutional bodies across Europe agreed to implement MiCA legislation across the bloc's 27 member countries. So the entire Europe, all 27 member countries are going to be utilizing this MiCA framework. And so the MiCA regulation just provides for crypto companies, hedge funds to be able to have a one world or one country law, one nation law, that is wrapped into each country within that nation, right, within Europe. MiCA establishes new standards for crypto regulation as it aims to offer CSPs a passport, which CSPs are crypto asset service providers, right? So CSPs a passport to serve customers across the European Union while obliging them to meet strong requirements to protect consumers' wallets and become liable in case they lose investors. All right. Now, the reason why this is very important is check this out, a positive development for crypto. MiCA is being widely acknowledged as a positive development by the crypto community since it can boost credibility, aid crypto adoption by conventional banks and financial institutions, and offer crypto companies a single license to operate across all member states. At the same time, many industry participants are anxious to learn how these guidelines will cover DeFi, NFTs, and proof of work mining, which is what Travis was talking about, guys. Listen, the narrative has unfolded. Really pay attention to the FATF, really pay attention to the FSB. You really want to start paying attention in these times, because these might be the last times that we have to really get our ish together in this season. All right. So that's, we could go a little deeper, but I'm going to stop right there because, I think that we really went in today. I think that you guys got a lot of value. You should be sitting there just really like, man, I don't know. You should just be like, if you feel like after all that, then you are on the right call. You're on the right call. My bad, Travis. What'd you say, brother?
Can we get a coffee in the chat? One time for the one time.
Wow. Yeah. So that was heavy, man. So, that was episode 21. Y'all already know how we like to do it. If you guys can do us one favor, if you all can do us one favor, and that would be to just, raise your hand, share one thing you like, learned, or loved. As we wait for people to raise their hand, I have a couple of water. Got a couple of announcements for you all. All right. The first announcement. Hold on one second, guys. So the first announcement that I have for you all is, number one, the Vincent Owens Group. We still have funding that's available. We were able to get a couple people this weekend locked in through funding. So the funding is going down now. So it's not $500,000 anymore. I really don't know how much is left. However, what I recommend is that you guys connect with us. Click the link in my bio on Instagram, on my Twitter, and here on YouTube, I believe, as well. And you guys will be able to fill out a free consultation. A free consultation will allow you to be able to ask questions and inquire about the digital entrepreneur loan. All right. This loan is absolutely incredible. You can get up to $50,000. All right. If you have a good credit profile. So you do have to have a strong to good credit profile. All right. And if you don't have a good credit profile, we can help you, because we also have a service that we can offer you, people that we can refer you to get your credit done, as we're working on ours as well. All right. So we really do appreciate you all. And if you're interested in joining the Vincent Owens Group, if you love this information, we're about to add a lot more calls to the schedule. That call that we're going to do on Saturday is going to be exclusive only to the VO group. So that will be more of a small mastermind group for people who want to get better at day trading together. So, if that's something that you're interested in, that's more value that we're adding to the group as well, just so that we can wake up early on a Saturday and trade together. You know what I mean? Because the crypto markets are not closed. So waking up on Saturday, trading together, I think it's important, and it will just make us all better. So that's something else that we're bringing as well. We have another call that we'll be adding to the schedule. Well, it's not even going to be a call. It'll just be on the YouTube channel, the OMC Network. We will be announcing this call soon. And this will just be a recorded call. It probably will be daily, Monday through Friday, 15-minute call. And you guys can go there and get briefed up on different cryptos that are out there. We'll be doing research on different cryptos. And I think that these calls just it challenges us to get better. And another thing that we're looking forward to is if you're in the community and you feel like, hey, I got what it takes to be a Vincent Owens Group financial or decentralized financial advisor, or just, you want to be a part of this on the educational side, reach out. And we can let you know how you can get qualified. We are looking for more people to come work with us as we are building out this community of thousands of people very soon connected with us, learning and making money with us ultimately. So with that being said, I want to pass the mic over to Kim. What's going on, Kim? You look beautiful today, girl. Well, every day, but you look beautiful, girl. We can't hear you. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me, I got you. Give me a second. There we go. You're good to go.
What up? If you're not in the Vincent Owens Group, you're slacking. You're slacking. You're not winning. What up, Trav? I see you with the knowledge. Okay. I really enjoy this call because personally, I deal with a lot of people who are like anti-crypto, Bitcoin. They're always bombarding me with why you shouldn't invest into crypto, and you guys kind of just like reassure that my money in the place. But I did have a question for you guys. Maybe you guys can help me off this call or whenever. So I have my ledger and I still don't have my crypto in it. I have it and I have crypto and I don't have a ledger. And I have a ledger. And every time I try to do it myself, it really don't work. So maybe in one of these calls, you could go over how to do that. That would be great. That's okay. Possible.
I mean, so that's going to be a little more difficult to do on a call like this, just because ledgers are more personal. So that's why, within the group, we do offer those office hour times for people to actually come and be able to get that. So, if you are in the Discord, you can go and actually book office hour times. And myself, Travis, and, as we're adding more advisors to the group, will be assigned to be there to help you through that. So that's one thing. Another thing is just, there's that's like a plethora of videos.
Like puts fuel to the fire, like get this shit on the ledger now before it's too late.
No, you definitely need to. So we definitely can help you. It's not a problem at all. Just go inside the Discord, book one of those office hour times. There's a section in the Discord entitled Office Hours. Office hours are Monday through Friday. From 1 to 2 p.m. You can pick them. You can actually choose them in 15-minute intervals. So that's how it works. So we give 4 different time slots, 15 minutes apiece. And if someone doesn't book it, then you can get an extra 15 minutes during that time, because we're going to be there from 1 to 2 o'clock regardless. So, if you're part of the private community, really recommend that you all utilize these office hour times. These are times that we can actually take and get personal with you, because if you're part of the group, obviously you get your 4 strategy sessions out the year, which is a lot. Like one community, they only give 2. You know what I mean? We're doing 4. I did my research. Some communities only give 2 sessions out the year. Purse 101. We do you 1 per quarter, and we really get strategic, helping you align and figure out a goal for yourself. Because again, it's one thing to invest. It's another thing to have goals for your investments, but it's another thing to protect your investments, and protecting your investments should be a part of your goals. Definitely appreciate you, Kim, for popping in and letting everybody know to get started with the group, and also thank you for giving us the opportunity to promote the office hour times. Appreciate it. Next up, we're gonna call. Thank you. Next up, we're gonna call Miss Zuli. Hey.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. I just love this. I have so much value, so much learning that's taking place for me in participating in the Crypto Coffee every Tuesday and Thursday. And then just brings me up to terms of current, in terms of everything that's happening around the world. And that's fantastic, because this all impacts us on a daily basis, minute by minute. As we know, in the crypto space, it's always now moment by moment, minute by minute, all the unexpected. And what I found very valuable to me is not only, as Ms. Kimberly's mentioned, those of what's regarding how people, that so many people are still in doubt. They're still thinking that they're not believing, or not thinking that it's going to happen, when we already know, and no matter what we say. And that's the community that I'm constantly hitting against the wall. Is like, no, I don't believe in crypto. I don't like crypto. I'm not going to be part of that. I don't want to invest in that. And so this information, and sometimes I see why government and why certain institutions put fear and doubt in people's minds, because if they don't take action, it's the only way they'll take action is by putting fear in their space. And that's what I'm getting right now. Maybe it's time that I don't know how we can use social media to say to people, hey, crypto is right. It's passing you by, and the banks are going to get you. And you're just what's happening in Sri Lanka and what's happening in Argentina, and the run in the banks. If you recall what happened in the way back when, that the run of the banks in the 40s and all of that. So it's going to happen now. Remember the wonderful life every time of the year when Christmas period comes. So this is what's going to happen if you don't take action now. So this is very valuable, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Ms. Zuli.
Amazing. Mo.
What's going on? What's going on? I want to say I love y'all, man. Keep doing y'all thing, bro. And I still do my rides. So when my customers get in here, they ain't got no choice but to listen to that coffee and crypto and gain some knowledge, man. Let's go!
Let's
I love y'all. Have a blessed day.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate it, Mo.
Love that guy. So does anybody else have anything that they found valuable from the call, or any questions? This is the time to get your questions answered, family. Billy, my guy.
Hey guys, I was sitting here talking to my wife, listening to the call. I don't see this stuff on the news about that chaos. I mean, maybe I don't watch the news. Maybe that's why I don't see it on the news. I don't know, but it's not on the news. I mean, so and Ms. Zuli talks about teaching crypto and stuff. I don't think I can. It's like telling somebody to drink milk instead of water. It's just so overwhelming. So
is it? Hey, let me ask this question, Billy. Is it because, look, check this out. You're comparing your chapter 1 and your chapter 2. You're comparing your chapter 2 to maybe my chapter 10. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And I think that you can teach crypto 100%, Billy, but you can teach what you know. You can't teach more than you know. And the fact that you may not know where to research and find all this stuff that we're finding, I swear to you, Billy, a year ago, I didn't know where to find this stuff. I used to see on the crypto nerds call, like, man, how in the heck do these guys find? Like, I'm like, where does Global find it? And then I just found how to research. I just found, and that's why we do this call, so you all can pay attention, go back, look at the websites. We're not hiding anything. Like some influencers, they pre-record it and they will crop out the website so you can't go and find the websites. You have to just know how to research and find it. And thank God I figured out how to do that researching and how to do that finding. So I want to tell you, Bill, I didn't mean to cut you off, big bro, but I want to tell you straight up, I feel like you are more than ready to start teaching crypto, because you can teach someone about XRP. You can talk about it a little bit. You can tell people what crypto.com is. You can tell people what an uphold is. You can tell people about what an Exodus wallet is, because you started setting up your Exodus wallet yesterday on the office hours, right? So for real, like you got this. You 100% can do this, and I want you to believe in yourself, because you definitely.
Well, I'm just glad I'm learning it. See, I'm learning. It's kind of a selfish thing in a sense, because I'm learning from you what to do for me and my family, and I can teach them how to go to you, but not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful that I can learn, because the timing is now, like you say. That's it. I appreciate you.
Oh, most definitely, man. You're doing a great job. Doing an incredible job.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Travis knowledge.
It's Thursday.
Oh yeah, we changed it to Thursday.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that had anything that they wanted to say? Oh, I see, Mom.
Yeah, bro. I'll piggyback real quick off of what he just said, man. It's the same thing, bro. It's just thankful. You know, without y'all, man, I would definitely wouldn't know all of this stuff, and wouldn't have the knowledge, you know, to understand what was going on with the crypto space and the whole world with everything else, you know, at the same time. And then on top of that, y'all present us with an opportunity to make money, you know, on XRP while the market is going up or down, because you know how to read the charts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just appreciate y'all, you know, hitting us with that information, because that's dope, man. Like, y'all out here helping people. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, bro. So I appreciate y'all, fellas.
But you boxing right now? Yeah.
No, man. Getting a little boxing workout, man. Gotta drop some weight, bro.
All right. Thanksgiving coming, so we gotta drop the weight before we get here.
Hey, Creed 3 comes out on Thanksgiving, man. So
Creed 3?
Yeah, man. I can't have my wife, you know, looking at Michael B. Jordan and he's like looking, you know, supreme, like a supreme human. And I'm not, you know, like I gotta get right, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel that, man. No, I'm definitely with you, bro. So I appreciate you for always tapping in, even while you're working out, bro. Love you, Ty. Thank you, bro.
Love you too, brother. Yeah, I keep killing it, fellas.
You know it. Let's go. And my mom, Tammy, hey.
Hey, everyone. Thank you, Travis. Thanks, Vincent, for your information. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, thank you for all the information as usual. I did want to say something to everybody. On top of collecting your cryptos, also the things that Travis and Vincent are showing us, I've been seeing for quite a while now, and it's the warning. They've been warning us and warning us. Now you see it in other countries that just haven't really hit here. Like it's going to, but a prime example was what happened last year in Texas when the grid went down. So I would just encourage everybody to start getting your water and getting some canned foods and getting things and start doing some research on how to warm your rooms. I found some things on that with some simple things like a tea candle and a pot that you may plant, ceramic pot. You want to start doing these things now, collect them and have them just in case, because at least about 2 or 3 months worth, because I've been hearing many things, and it's really, really starting to hit home when I see these things. And as Mr. Billy was talking about, you can find a lot of the news on the BBC. They're not going to tell you on the regular news feeds. They're not going to do that. So you'll barely see things that you need to know so you can get yourself prepared. In other countries, you will find that information on other news feeds like the BBC, things like that. And then you'll be able to get yourself prepared in your families and your friends for these times. It's extremely important, and I feel it really seriously now in my spirit. So I just encourage everybody, okay? And thank you guys very much again for the call every week and allowing us to be able to share our knowledge and get your knowledge.
Incredible. Absolutely. Thank you. And I think we'll add a my bad, Travis. We're gonna just add something. We're just gonna add something to the probably to the Discord. So like I know there's a lot of people who have extra information on things to help us in these times, right? That like my mom was saying, having water, having food, different methods. So if you also have information on that, we're going to create a Discord section as well in there for that. I don't know what to entitle it. I'm not sure. Maybe like I don't even know what to title that Discord, but I'm going to figure out. I don't know, recession proof. We're gonna call it. I don't know what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it something though, but it's gonna be a section where people can just drop this information. Like if you see articles, if you have good sources that people go and research, and to gain more understanding of how they can help with these food shortages, the type of things they should be loading up on, where they can get water from in abundance, where they, if you have information, because I'm not hip on that. So if you have information on that, that would be great for our group to have.
Yeah, no, I agree 1000%, Miss Tammy, because we're heading into it's biblical times. There's, these things are crashing around the world, and people really have to understand what's really at play. Bill Gates, he is the largest farmland owner in America, and he's burning farms. He's burning farms. He is burning food processing plants. He is the largest investor in vaccines. He is the largest investor in artificial food, in artificial baby formula. There was just a baby formula shortage. That's not a coincidence. So they're really, and the one thing that I noticed that you said is you picked it up in your spirit. You have to have discernment from the Holy Spirit to pick up these things. I was talking with my pastor, Dr. Galena, and I want to encourage you guys to start a farm if you can, because these food shortages, they're going to happen. They're happening now, and it's not going to be good.
It's not going to be good. So I definitely appreciate everybody for taking the time to tune in to Coffee and Crypto today. For all the people that are watching live on YouTube, want to say thank you so much. And for everybody, thousands of people that'll see this video later, I want to say thank you for watching the video as well. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on. And if you're on this call on Zoom and you're not subscribed to the YouTube,
on the call.
I got you, 1 second. But if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go and subscribe. Support us. Don't be on the call and not be subscribed to the YouTube channel, because that's the smallest price to pay. Even if you choose not to join our private mentorship, at least subscribe to the YouTube so that we can get the followers to monetize our page. So thank you so much. And Clyde, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you. Just wanted to say I was an invite from Travis, and I definitely was just blown away by the plethora of information that was shared this morning. And I appreciate this platform to empower the community regarding your sustainability and investing in your financial future. And it's a wealth of information. I'm at work, so I was multitasking in between meetings, listening, but I just gained a wealth of information just in this short period of time. And one of the things that Travis mentioned, which is so true, there's a famine. We're seeing the genesis of a famine in the land, and it's been here for a while, but it has hit a global market. And it behooves people of your nature to educate people in the community for financial growth and stability, but to look at the systems and how could we go back to our original fathers, where they used the earth to produce goods. for your health, et cetera, because there's so many systems that we're seeing, and just Travis mentioned with the baby formula. I've never witnessed this before, a shortage like this in my time, but I'm just grateful to be on this call this morning and just to hear the knowledge. It's really has shifted something in me to begin to take some steps to invest in this platform. So I want to thank you all again and appreciate you, Travis, for inviting me and including me in on this morning.
Of course,
Amazing.
Dr. Clyde.
Amazing. Thank you for being here. Appreciate having you. And look, we are 20 minutes past, exactly like we said we were going to do. We really are grateful for each and every single one of you all for your questions, for your comments, for you being here with us. I want to say, may God bless you, and also may the universe bless you as well. And may the power be with you, and may knowledge be with you, and may knowledge pour into your mind, into your life, and into your heart in these times that we're going into. I promise you all, I can't make many promises. I'm not going to promise about XRP going to whatever price. I'm not into that. But what I can promise you is if you stick with us and you rock with us all the way through, when we get to the end, we're all going to be up. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. This was episode 21 of Coffee and Crypto. Catch the recording on our YouTube. You can go back, get a lot of value. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.